this happens continuously over every generation. When I was coming up, we felt like that about the people that was before us and after us as well. Like, I think it's just a cycle that continues to happen throughout the culture. I don't necessarily think that there's ever been a generation that came up and was like, you know what, I'm supremely satisfied with what them niggas did. You know what I'm saying? Like,
80% of the people we interviewed, they had the same story. Like, I wasn't even a rapper 2 years ago. I just kind of did it. I put it on the internet, and it's a money grab. Like
because the shit went viral, and some label exec pumped a bunch of bots into it, and the shit went crazy on the gram. And now I'm supposed to. We know the fucking playbook, man. The lawsuits is all rolling out now. Yeah. Everybody's snitching and shit. Y'all was getting money, fucking selling bots, and all that shit is going crazy. Like, cut the bullshit, B. Like, real shit. I love when an artist goes, yo, fuck Ebro. You goddamn right. That's that type of shit. Talk that shit.
With GNX specifically, there were at least three risks that were taken that most artists wouldn't have taken, right? I'm gonna double down and go hyper local on my sonic and my temperament, right? I'm gonna put unfamiliar artists all over my project. Then I'm gonna take the biggest moment that we have in American culture, which is the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna perform records off of the new project. I'm gonna do a couple of the ones that y'all like, but I'm gonna double down on this album because I know what this album is. Those are risks that most artists wouldn't have taken with that opportunity.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Rap Life Review. I'm Ebro, that's Low. Eddie, Nick be knowing, Nick know it all, Nick knowledge. Nick, you good with your position this week, or you not good?
Yeah. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, but we still sticking on task for the most part.
You sure? Don't let the comments gas you, bro.
No.
Don't let comments gas you.
Don't let Eddie gas you into talking.
Don't let Eddie gas you neither, bro. I done
you
put
need
you
to talk more, Nick. I don't care what he's saying.
You should talk more. Over here talk you all out of your shit. I'm making you the smart one, and you trying to be in the debates and shit.
We'll see. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Man. Yo, Nick, stay away from that guy. Yo, and give it up for DJ Head stepping in the room. We are celebrating 1 year of GNX, so we invited DJ Head on into Rap Life Review to really put us on and talk about where we rank the album, how we feel about it a year later, and all that's coming up on the show. But first, any music that you're particularly loving that dropped this week?
Yeah, I like the Wale album a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna lie, that's been my thing. The song with him and Leon Thomas is called Watching Us. I think it's gonna be
I love that one.
I think it's going to be one of the standout records when it's all said and done. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that.
That's the Guapole Flip one, right?
That's the Guapole Flip. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see that one expand a lot.
Leon Thomas, too. He's batting 1,000 right now. Like, Leon Thomas can do no wrong.
Has he missed yet?
Great question.
He ain't missed, bro.
I don't know. I think that one, I don't know. I think the Wale album sets a good standard for where we at fourth quarter.
Now, over to you, Eddie. Anything particular you saw this week that you're loving?
I just want to add to what you were saying. I do love the Wale album. Some people saying it's a little too depressing. That's a conversation I've seen online. It's a lot of Wale unpacking, and Wale can be an emotional human being.
Too depressing.
I mean, that's Wale. Wale's been that throughout his entire career. So this
we don't need you to cape for your boy.
My fault.
Wait for your turn,
I apologize.
So,
no, you're right.
No.
Okay, that's my fault. I apologize.
So the conversations being had that maybe this is maybe a little too heavy for some folks. Me personally, I thoroughly enjoy it. Also, like, there's only one traditional banger that wasn't kind of emotional. Was it the Michael Fredo joint?
That was hard. That's one of my favorites on the project.
Yeah, so maybe more people would have liked some songs like that. But overall, I will say this, though. I enjoyed it. It's not an album I can throw on just anytime. Like GNX, let God sort them out. I don't care what kind of mood I'm in. I can just throw those on and roll. The Wale, you kind of got to be in a mood for. It might be too, like, even the Blanco joint, just him talking about being an alcoholic and drinking too much. And
I've been playing Blanco since it dropped as a single. That's a phenomenal record I think a lot of people missed.
Yeah.
Phenomenal song.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I think it's a great project, one of my favorite hip-hop albums of the year. But outside of that, as far as singles that released, maybe it's West Coast bias, maybe it's because DJ Head is here. The Wale Sensei, Roddy Ricch, Beam go crazy, and the AZ Chike Hit a Nerve also go crazy.
Yeah,
I was outside this weekend too.
Before the episode.
That's what he was doing before.
I was outside this weekend, guys. Nick had a birthday party, and I went out.
They pressed you at the party?
Oh, they pressed you?
It was like you ain't talking enough LA on the Rap Life Review?
Nah, Eddie is good.
I'm good.
It has been declared.
Yeah, I'm good.
Eddie straight. Eddie got the pass.
The Chike is dope. I like the Chike a lot.
All right, there you go. Lo, what you got this week?
Obviously, Wale. And, about the notion that Eddie just brought up about the project being too depressive, like, this kind of tone from Wale, even though it's a little bit more deeper and darker, has been throughout his entire career. Like, his pen game has always been very, very vulnerable, but this album, especially the song Survive, Like Today, Tomorrow, all those records are very, very expressive, very, very revealing, and very, very vulnerable. I think this is the epitome of his vulnerable pen. So this album, Everything Is a Lot, means a lot to him. So I've been bumping it since Wednesday when I got it early.
This guy, man.
But yeah,
That's why we can't have that. we can't even trust his opinion. He getting things early.
No. This is
about it all weekend.
This is a great album. Whether I got it Friday or Wednesday, it's a great album. One of his best.
Why isn't this emo rap? Huh? We don't call this emo rap.
We can.
We can, but I mean, this is what he's been doing his entire career, and we've never labeled it emo rap.
Wale been emo.
Yeah,
he's been. You call it vulnerable, emo, transparent, wearing his feelings on his sleeve,
reflective, like all that.
But I think that's what's appealing about him, right? Like he can definitely do a party record, but he can also do a love song. He can also do an introspective record, and that's what I think makes a great MC. Somebody who can not only look at themselves, for better or for worse, looking at the world around them and articulate how they're affected by that world around them, I think is what you really want in a generational artist and a generational talent like Wale. I know that, as a dad, I want to say to Wale, obviously he's a dad. He's also navigated this game, and coming out of, the MMG deal or the Warner deal or into this Def Jam deal, touring and continuing to put out music. For somebody like Wale, I know it's always been hard because he sees himself as a certain caliber of MC that he doesn't feel like the hip hop world celebrates him in the way that needs to be celebrated. And I think I've always told him this. Like I think he's just looking at the negative too much.
But I think with this project, I've seen over social media over the last 2 or 3 days, people are really, really giving him his flowers, really praising the writing on this project, really praising the vulnerability, the sequencing, just like the perspective of what he's talking about from his city, from the industry, from his children, from himself, trying to battle depression, trying to battle heartbreak. A lot of these things he's acknowledging, and people are actually leaning into it. And I think that's beautiful for him to see at this point in his career. So he has to recognize that maybe he's not in the big three conversation, and that's okay, but he's in a class, by himself. So I think he should lean into that.
Bro got catalog of hits, man.
Crazy.
That
Diamond
a lot
Records.
Of artists don't have.
Right.
I look at it right. So we do this big three conversation. Always comes up with Wale. It's like, and I don't like the conversation that tends to happen. It's like, he doesn't get the respect that he deserves, or he's not up in this upper echelon like you just pointed to that he probably feels like he should be.
Right.
But only so many people can be Kobe, LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant. Some people are Antoine Jameson. You know what happened with Antoine Jameson? You get $100 million. You're a multiple-time NBA All-Star, and you have a long career, like a long, great career. Like, we don't need to be like, he's not where he should be. He's had a long rap career that is very successful, and maybe he's had peaks and valleys, and now he's reaching another peak. But that, how most people aren't as successful as Wale at anything. He's fine. And I wish Wale sometimes, and I don't know him like at all, and I wish sometimes he would understand that. It's like, bro, you might not be one of the top tier greats, you're still really, really good. And when we look back at like the story of hip hop, there's certain names we'll point to be like, yo, he was great, he was awesome, he got mixtape about nothing, album about nothing, he got Florin, like he has all these great projects, great. No Hands is it's diamond.
Yeah.
No Hands is diamond.
Yeah.
He's good, bro. Like he's good. And now the theme of 2025 is some of our favorites of yesteryear coming back and cementing themselves of like, yo, I'm still relevant musically. And he's not as old as some of those other artists, but it's kind of the same narrative, bro. Like,
when you care so much as he does, I can understand this narrative and this rhetoric and this conversation and this curiosity of why don't y'all care as much. But when he's putting out projects like this, fuck with if people care now. Like you're doing shit just your way. So
he's also likes to troll. He also
I don't
is a
think
cynic.
this is not
He
trolling.
also sometimes is a glass half empty ass dude that even when you bigging him up, he like, nah. He finds stuff to complain about. You know him.
Yeah,
And in the middle of shit being popping, he'll find something to complain about.
I've had conversations with him personally about like.
But that's just how he is.
And
we love you, bro. We gonna support you. He knows the music's great. So fucking enjoy it. All right. Shit. Shout out to Meek Mill, put out an indie pack that I ran through a few times, man. Only 4 records on it. I appreciate him coming back to the game. He's got like 2 joints on there I'm really fucking with.
That was interesting that he dropped that same day, though. That was kind of interesting.
You think that was shade?
I don't know. That was just kind of like the project's good. Don't get me, but it was just very interesting that came out that same night. But you know, it might be.
There is history there.
I know, and it's history, but I don't want to. I don't want it to make it. But I just had to like acknowledge, like, nah, that was the timing of that was very, very.
I guess I'm too behind the scenes. I know Meek been trying to put this project out or some records out for a few weeks. He's been texting and saying he about to drop. So I didn't even until others said it. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, it's just. Well, you know, nonetheless, project is dope. So
y'all just messy, man.
No, we're not. All right, I'm just telling. I'm not the only one who thinks that.
Cardi B dropped a remix and a baby this week. Jeezy jumped on that time thing, which is
shit
perfect.
Is crazy.
It's perfect.
Crazy.
And shout out to the homies De La Soul, came by my show here at Apple Music. We got to run through some snippets off the album. The album's releasing this Friday. They put out this joint with Q-Tip on it, sounding amazing. You know, for a cat like me, seeing my guys still be able, like you were saying, Eddie, still being able to get love, put out amazing records, and get celebrated.
Yeah.
You know, it's phenomenal. And I think for the young heads out there who may not musically care about De La Soul, just because you think it's old head shit, you should definitely study their path. Mm-hmm. Because being able to hold on to their IP, being able to hold on to their logo, being able to be a touring group that also was able to buy back their music and buy back their masters and being able to turn that into a viable business, I think is something that a lot of artists.
It's a great blueprint to follow.
Yeah, I mean, and they put out their first record in what, 89?
And we in 2026, damn near.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so for those of you that want to make this a real career and a sustainable career, you should definitely do some knowledge on understanding De La Soul.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's get to the shits. Last week, Denzel Curry decided he got a problem with hip-hop.
Add him to the list. A lot of other people.
Commercial rap is dead is the quote.
Yes.
Calling today's music uninteresting. Now, I've interviewed Denzel Curry many times. He is definitely barring it up, you know, all about hip-hop, all about making sure he does some creative rap shit.
Yeah.
I come to you, DJ Head. Does Denzel Curry have a point?
I don't think he has a point. I mean, he has a point, like a perspective, but this happens continuously over every generation. When I was coming up, we felt like that about the people that was before us and after us as well. Like, I think it's just a cycle that continues to happen throughout the culture. I don't necessarily think that there's ever been a generation that came up and was like, you know what, I'm supremely satisfied with what them niggas did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think that there's been a generation that came up and was like fully embracing of the newer generation of what they're doing before it became a thing or a fad or popped off. I think it's just a cycle.
Yeah, and also too, I think we're too close in the weeds. Like we view everything for the most part through the lens of hip hop, and other musical genres are going through something very similar. Like rock band music has been dead for a long time, and it's having a revival right now. Like they're like, oh, look at Idols, look at Geese, look at all these rock bands that are finally back, but they've been RIP'd for a minute. Or the fact that R&B is having a resurgence right now. It's like R&B is dead. How long did we hear that? How many times did we hear that 10 years ago? And we had a conversation about Leon Thomas. Summer Walker's album just dropped this week. Olivia Dean over in the UK, she R&B, whatever she is.
Kehlani got one of the biggest songs of the year.
So hip-hop is just, we care so much about hip-hop, and also hip-hop drives conversation more than those other genres of music. Therefore, when it's down, we all talk about it. And when it's up, we just figure out that's the way it's supposed to be. So is it having a lull? To a degree, is it less relevant? No, because guess why? These conversations still drive content and everything else. How many damn hip hop podcasts are there, guys? We're one of a gazillion. So yes, is it having a lull? But there's space for all of it. Commercial hip hop, underground hip hop, boom bap, emo. Like, it's fine, y'all.
He said commercial rap is dead. Shit was trash from the jump. Is he talking about like a specific time period, or is he just talking about commercial rap as a whole?
I was gonna point to that after we did the little, discussion around what he was saying about it. Commercial rap is dead. There's a lot of contradicting statements in here.
Right.
Because he says, OG's got no respect for the younger generation, one line. Then he says, the new generation don't care about the craft. Well, what the fuck we supposed to respect if motherfuckers don't care about the craft? Like, what the fuck is we talking about?
So he's proving his own point.
Like, why are we even having this discussion then?
Yeah.
The people who don't get respect are the ones that don't care about the craft. And so if you're making commercial rap and not caring about the craft, who's gonna give you respect?
Nobody.
So I think a lot of this is contradictory, and it sounds
sounds like frustration.
It sounds like he's frustrated, and that's cool. But let's just be real. Hip hop is not dependent on commercial success to thrive.
It helps.
It's a beautiful thing to have. People who work at labels and control the media narratives and people who work on platforms like this, of course, we would love to have commercial success in rap.
Right.
We would love to be all over the charts because then the big brands and the big this, they throw money at people and everybody can make more money.
It's revenue.
There's revenue to be made when hip-hop
notoriety
is at the top of the charts.
Et cetera, et cetera.
But for those of us that just love the music, regardless of whether it's the most popular or it's just only for us,
that's not a pedestal that
matter,
we,
bro.
That's not a pedestal we lean on.
It don't matter. We've talked how many times over the past couple of weeks, Ed, about how much of a great year 2025 has been for hip hop.
Honestly, 2025 in recent history has been one of my favorite years of hip hop. I mean, we talked about, I know technically GNX didn't drop in 2025,
right?
But we'll have that conversation. The Clips album, we just had a conversation about the Wale. The Tyler dropped 2 albums. One probably wasn't this year, technically.
It was last year.
Chromacopia was like last October or something.
But
Don't Mass Appeals contributions.
The Mass Appeal stuff. I got a big ass, I like the Playboy Cardi. I know I'm not into Playboy Cardi, but I think that's a really good album. If
Cardi
you like
B.
the Big X to plug what he did with the country crossover.
And
like
his
you just
own
said,
hip-hop shit from Dallas was fire.
Cardi B. Like, it's been a strong year for hip hop. For people that are fans of this stuff, like actual fans, okay? And Ebro, you've been someone that has been screaming this from the mountaintops for a while. A lot of these people aren't rap fans.
Yeah.
Like, they love the content. They love to be in these rap spaces. I love rap. I want it to be successful because, I don't know, maybe there's some weird form of validation that, like, hey, other people like the artists I like. But it doesn't move me if hip-hop is number 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, I don't care. Like, oh, Taylor Swift can be number 1, and the album I like can be number 22, and I just will be like, yo, I hope people appreciate this album that's 22, but I don't care. The people that care aren't actual fans. You guys just want to snicker and tee-hee and be like, this is hot, and then you'll jump to whatever the cool thing is next like you do with sneakers. Like, oh, these sneakers ain't hot no more, so let me run over here to these. Get the fuck out the space then.
You know what? I have a counter to that. Because I'm a genuine fan of hip hop and rap music, right? But because I'm in the entertainment business, I understand the snowball effect that it has when artists aren't actively trying to participate in the business. Now, I'm not saying that they need to, but there are artists who will make something and be like, this is just for this. It's a niche thing, right? But then, like to Ebro's point, Denzel Curry will say something like, well, it's not being accepted, or Ebro won't give me an interview, or, these type of things happen. And then it's like, well, hey, this platform isn't for this niche thing, or this radio station isn't for this niche thing. And then it starts to retrain the artist to be anti-system, right? I remember Nipsey went through that. I had to have a conversation with him about that. I remember YG went through that. Like, all of these different people go through that cycle where they feel like they aren't being accepted. So then they become the anti that. So there's also that thin line to walk where it's like, yeah, I want you to be free and create and do your thing. But if you plan to participate on this level with these people, then you have to participate. You can't say to Steph Curry,
let me interject a small dose here. That acceptance piece of an artist that is making art, and let's just get to hip hop. There's always been, perfect example, De La Soul, Me, Myself, and I, came out, had the Parliament sample, and exploded on radio, right? Because it had a familiar sample. They made a bunch of other records that weren't that, right? And it didn't have the same commercial success. Hip hop loved them though, right? Their second album, De La Soul is Dead, was really based kind of on this shedding this mainstream thing and really going, as Head was articulating, into a niche, underground, specific hip hop lane.
Right.
So that's always existed in hip hop, where there's been this subculture, right? Which is exactly what I'm talking about. That's when we thrive. I believe that's when we are our best.
The subculture.
When we are a subculture and we're doing it for the sake of the craft and the culture, because it forces us to work harder. It forces us to go town to town, campus to campus, station to station, and get people to see a movement and create a movement, versus, as you was articulating, Head, where we're just throwing out content that fits into
a mold
and commoditizes into kind of like a standard to get quick acceptance. The way hip hop has always pushed culture, shifted culture, challenged status quo has been because of the individuals, and you were saying Nipsey, I'm sure we could come up with a laundry list of artists that was like, yo, fuck the system.
Yeah.
And then the system was like, oh shit, this shit is fire. Because I'm gonna keep it 100. Hip hop is supposed to not like mainstream.
Right.
Real hip hop is supposed to be fuck the government, fuck the system,
Dead press.
Fuck the police, fuck the DJ, fuck all that shit. I got the people, I'm in the community.
Yeah.
And then the DJ goes, oh, the community's moving, that's how y'all moving? Love it, let's go, right? And then what happens? The Fugees, they have an explosion, and fucking Lauryn Hill is singing on Killing Me Softly, and she don't want it to be a single because it was really supposed to be a dub record, a sound clash record.
Yeah.
And then the underground is like, yo, y'all sold out. How many times we seen that cycle where somebody's like, yo, fuck the mainstream, then the mainstream pivots, and then their crowd is like, nah, fuck that, y'all sold.
Yeah.
That's the whole game of the whole fucking thing.
It's the hamster wheel. It's the hamster wheel.
Like,
That's how it goes.
That.
Yeah.
We need artists to be like, yo, fuck y'all, fuck this, fuck your sponsorship, fuck the Minute Maid, fuck Nike, fuck everybody, bro. That's what hip hop needs, man.
But I think it's like a bigger conversation
fuck the
about like
NBA,
American society
fuck
and
the
everything
NFL.
else.
I ain't doing none of that shit.
It's a money grab now, though. I think that's a
what we
bigger
want?
issue.
Yo,
than
keep it
that.
real.
No, that's
keep it
still
real.
no,
Ain't that what we want?
It's not gonna be that no more, bro.
I'm not saying it's gonna be. I'm saying what we want, though.
It can be. It can be. Like,
Wouldn't we be more entertained by artists that was like, yo, fuck all that?
Yeah.
Ideally, but so like case in point. So me and Nick, there's a plug playlist on Apple Music, right? That we host a lot of the artists on the plug. What the plug is, it's for emerging younger hip hop. They're not stars yet, but they might have something a little bubbling, right? And if we're just being real, if we're being honest, like let's be honest for a second. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I would say 80% of the people we interviewed, they had the same story. Like, I wasn't even a rapper 2 years ago. I just kind of did it. I put it on the internet, and it's a money grab. Like
because
that's
the shit went viral, and some label exec pumped a bunch of bots into it, and the shit went crazy on the gram, and now I'm supposed to. We know the fucking playbook, man. The lawsuits is all rolling out now. Everybody snitching and shit. Y'all was getting money fucking selling bots and all that shit is going crazy. Like, cut the bullshit, B. Like, real shit. I love when an artist goes, yo, fuck Ebro. You goddamn right. That's that type of shit. Talk that shit. You're not supposed to like me.
too much money, man.
But that's the problem.
Okay. That's the problem. I think that's
the problem.
I think that's what he was trying to say.
But I want to jump in and say that.
Look,
I want to jump in and say that even
shit.
the most commercial rap,
bring that real rap shit back.
even the most commercial rap we has usually starts regional. All the little scenes that we get, they come from different cities and bubble up and become one big scene.
Nick, you're not even supposed to be on right now. You're supposed to be at the end of the show, man.
But I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in.
Let me talk.
They gonna let me cook.
Y'all are yelling at me in the comments. I'm trying to let Nick talk. This is yelling at Ebro.
Nick's supposed to pop in at the end and tell us we stupid. You coming in too early, man.
But it starts regionally, though. Yeah. All the shit starts regionally. We look at Chicago and what happened there. Started as a grassroots movement. Eventually, we get a Chance the Rapper, we get a G Herbo, we get a Lucky out of those situations. They sell a bunch of records. So it becomes commercial after it starts on the ground, and I think that's always going to be the case and still happening.
Nick be knowing. That's why he's supposed to come at the end with Nick B knowing.
I thought
But,
that
but are we too much? Is culture too much of a monolith now with the internet? It's kind of like there's this thing like people don't have New York accents no more. They do, but it's a joke. Have you seen this thing going online? So some dudes complaining, was like, "Yo, what happened to the accents?" And I sent this the other day.
Because everybody moved to Charlotte, man. Tell the truth. Everybody's in North Carolina. Shit is too expensive, man. Everybody went to Atlanta. You go down Atlanta, you see mad New York niggas with Timberlands and New York hats on. Y'all know what's going on, man. Stop acting brand new.
And
Most
Dallas.
of the influencers run around New York on their Instagram. Y'all not even from New York. Shut the fuck up.
You good, man?
Yo, he went to the doctor and got his heart checked.
You good?
Nah, y'all gotta
He
give
got
me
new
for
heart.
at least another 10. They told me my shit was clacking. They showed me my heart was good. Yo, they scanned my shit. His shit is fire, B.
That nigga said I'm doing a blood vessel today.
Y'all not getting rid of me for a minute.
You know, Deska ain't never coming back, bro. I feel him. The Deska's never coming back, yo.
Listen, she watches this shit every week like, yo, they good.
Yeah, I get it.
They got it. I got it.
Man, the
I
Deska,
get
I
it.
miss you. I need you.
Yeah, we miss
Hurry
you.
home.
No, I don't
Come
know.
on.
I don't know. If she watching this episode, she might
Like,
pop out another kid.
Take another 6.
And then also, shout out to Pusha T and his wife.
Yeah.
They having a baby. The internet tried to come for Pusha T this weekend because he ain't changing diapers and shit.
I didn't
rich,
get
though. Like,
I didn't
you
get what that
gotta
was
take
about.
diapers
Like
for
I didn't
rich.
understand like why that was such a
He put
big
in his
thing.
caption thanking his wife for being a superwoman and never teaching him to suck snot out noses and change diapers. He was basically trying to big up his lady because she handling the business at the crib and he ain't got to do that. And he's getting the bread and doing his thing.
And they took a 180 and they tried to like shame him for that shit.
No,
like,
as a man, you
yeah,
can't get on
yeah,
the internet
yeah.
and say you're not helping.
Because they said the same thing about Nelly with Ashanti. He wasn't changing diapers and all that other shit. So it's like the same thing they did with him. They trying to do a push.
All right, so let the internet fry you.
All right,
like,
so
who gives a fuck?
whatever.
Now, here's the question for the panel.
Okay.
Is GNX a hip-hop classic? We'll start with you, Low.
Is it a hip hop classic? I don't think it's a hip hop classic yet. I do think it has the ingredients to be that, but it's too soon for me. I can't call something a classic after a year. That's just not. I can't really do that.
All right,
You feel what I'm
Eddie.
saying?
Yes.
That was quick.
Yes, I mean it got all the ingredients. I mean it's the what's it like the bookmark of or it was the end of something like the
bookend?
It's the bookend of like one of the most triumphant moments in hip hop history. Yeah, like the biggest beef, and we didn't know it was coming out. The album drops in November. We thought that was it. Like Kendrick won, Not Like Us, all these other songs.
Right.
Boom, we're doing the thing, whatever. Then all of a sudden we get this album, and I remember us being in the group text, like we're having conversations in the group text about this album, like as we're all kind of playing it, like yo, he really did that. And you're also talking about like the run Kendrick was on. Kendrick's last album wasn't as well received. Like Kendrick was what, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, however you want to put it, until we got to miss him around in the big steppers. So there was that like, does Kendrick even still have it until he was having that year? So boom, we get that. Then you get like the West Coast album, and Head, I'm pretty sure you can speak to this better than I can, that a lot of people wanted from Kendrick that we never got. He puts a whole bunch of like emerging West Coast albums on this, gives us some like official West Coast bangers. He still does the Kendrick thing where he gives us interpersonal songs as well, introspective songs as well. He gives us Dodger Blue, which ends up becoming an anthem for the Dodgers winning the World Series, going back to back and beating Toronto. So yes, to what Lo was saying, theoretically, it's too soon to call something a classic. But sometimes when you know, you know. Like sometimes when you date a girl and you go on the first or second date, you're kind of like, yo, I kind of want to make this girl my girlfriend. Like I just kind of know, and time will tell.
Stop. Don't do that.
But I think GNX is a classic. I don't know what else I would need. Like it's not gonna change for me 5 years from now. I'm gonna think it's less of a good album. It's been a year.
Longevity is the only thing I need.
It's been a year, bro.
Now, longevity is
Too
what I need.
soon
I'm
to
sorry.
call something a classic?
That's just
Too
me.
soon is like a month.
No,
a
too
weekend.
soon is like a week, which niggas do all the
All the
fucking
time. But by the way, and I've done it, where I've listened to something and in context what it means when it drops and the impact that it makes, the production value, the song structure, the content, all of that shit plays into it. And when you have an album like this that is conceptually fire,
Yep.
drops at, like Eddie articulated, as a bookend to a phenomenal battle moment, event, has tremendous success. It has 9 Grammy nominations.
Spawned a tour.
The tour is historic. The fuck are we talking about? This is a classic. Like, why are we even making this hard?
All right. I mean, that's.
I remember when Illmatic came out, and Miss Info gave it 5 mics.
Okay.
Classic. There wasn't no debate about like, boom, song fire, 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 lyrics fire.
Right.
Nas is fire, fire. Like, why are we making this hard?
We're not making it hard.
You are.
I'm not making it hard.
I don't know. It's been short.
I don't know. First off, that's not how I sound. For one. Second, all I said, shut the fuck up. Did I say it was whack? Did I say it was whack? Anybody?
No, give it up, right? Y'all
fuck
think
that.
You on
no.
some East Coast shit now because Head is here. You trying to set
so we're not gonna fucking do that.
West Coast.
I don't need
I came
no.
to you first because I was like, look, you gonna bring it home and
No.
really bring East West together right now.
No, East West is together.
Here
Like,
you
no,
go
like,
fumble in the pack.
I didn't fumble anything. I said the ingredients that I need for it to be a classic is missing one fucking piece,
What?
and that's longevity for me.
The fuck out of here.
Knock it off.
Like TV off ain't gonna be playing, and fucking Squabble Up ain't gonna be playing, and Peekaboo ain't gonna be playing. What the fuck is you talking? And you ain't gonna be looking at the fucking halftime Super Bowl as one of the most important shits that fucking ever happened at a fucking Super Bowl in history.
Yes.
Where a black man got to talk about black America on the largest stage in the world and fucking send these white supremacist crackers into a fucking tizzy. Like that shit ain't fucking legend.
It don't have to be the civil rights. Like all I said was it's not a classic to me yet because of the longevity aspect, not because of what it didn't represent, not because of how it sounded, not because it's West Coast dominated, not because of none of that shit. I said I need a little more time for it. All right?
Yo,
if you can't deal with that, that's on you.
Man, this guy's fucking tweaking, bro. These internet niggas, man. These
thoroughly
blog era
enjoy.
niggas is weirdos.
I'm really enjoying this episode of Rap Life Review.
It ain't normally like this, bro. I'm telling you, the desk is never coming back.
Hey, shout out to the desk up. So look, here's the thing. Yes, it is. Yes, it is an instant classic. Okay, multiple reasons, but they already iterated a few of them. But I remember when Blueprint came out, it wasn't even out like
first week,
6 months, and it was like, this is a classic. Hove is the king, like, and this is on the heels of things that probably some would argue wasn't in his favor.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
9/11.
He lost the battle.
No. The battle and then 9/11.
The tragedy.
Yeah.
My fault.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people were like, I don't care. It's a classic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I remember that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, we take a lot of liberties when we come out instantly and say something's a classic. It might be first weekend, Sunday, everybody's like, this album's a classic. I agree with you, that's too soon. It's been a year, people see the remnants of it.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone anywhere. Have it not been for the new rules that have been implemented on the charts and whatnot, you would probably still see residue on the charts from that album. Right?
Yeah,
Luther will probably still be on the charts.
Luther would be
Luther.
Luther. Correct. So then you also have the tour to coincide with that, biggest hip hop tour of all time, right? But I think just when it comes to the texture of it, that's what makes it a classic because like I've been public about this. I've advocated for Dot to make these types of records for a long time. We haven't gotten them, right? Glasses, me and myself and him were on tour together in 2010. We've told everybody, when you get with Mustard, it's over. You're out of here, it was whatever, right? We waited for that for a decade. We got it. Now we see this energy and people are, I think, having an adverse reaction to it because it's so overtly, aggressively us, right? And I think that speaks to how people actually feel. Now, I don't want to get into that conversation, but people love the artistic, people love the introspective, people love the art, people love how dope lyrics. Oh, he don't even sound like he y'all, right? They love that.
Wait, I don't understand what you mean, y'all. What you talking about?
West Coast?
I've heard the sentiment from notable people that they like him because he doesn't sound like he's from here.
Like meaning how he raps. Or like
how he raps, the sound, and what he chooses to rap on.
And you mean like historically before this project?
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this project.
No.
Oh, okay,
I'm just saying, leading up.
I'm
just telling you the things that make it, to me, lead up to the moment that makes it a classic.
I got
right?
you.
So with that sentiment in the air, it's like, oh, I'm gonna double down on it, and that's been the sentiment when I talk to them about it. It's like, no, I'm about to double down on this, so that way they fully understand what this is. And I think, and I've said this before too, I think after you look at all of the extra shit and all of the fuck the battle and all of that, I think people got lost in the sauce of seeing how dope he is, like Nas or like Hove or like any of the greats. But Nas is still a nigga from Queensbridge.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hove is still a nigga from Brooklyn, and Dot is still a nigga from Compton. And I think when you get lost in the art, they got to remind you that I'm still a nigga from Compton. And I think that's what GNX was. And I think that energy makes it a classic.
Well, and then on top of that, I thought you was gonna tap into what it did for specifically for Los Angeles unity and a project that when it came out, yeah, you was coming off Not Like Us, which was a unifying thing, but you had an album that was celebrating so much of the cultural aspects of LA, where you had, you know, the woman singing in Spanish on the album, and him talking about like just you ain't really from LA if you don't understand these parts of the city in the album. And
well, I didn't want to get into, I didn't want to like go into the whole history lesson about it, but the thing is, in LA specifically, like we're black and brown. That's our culture. We run unanimously. We run parallel to each other. We share hoods, especially where I'm from the East Side. So like, black and brown is the thing in LA. That's just what it is. And I think him tapping into that energy from a musical standpoint, it just speaks to his genius and social awareness. But my point being to Lowe's, I mean, I was really just countering what Lowe was saying as far as it's not enough time.
Right.
I think that's why I went back and was like, no, the time has been building to this moment to make that an instant classic.
And for a year later, for it to still be as relevant too, I think that proves it. It's like we've seen albums that we all thought like, oh, this album's great, this album's great, this album's good, and then 4 months later, crickets.
Right.
A year later, I'm still seeing TV commercials with songs off of GNX like on TV. Like I said, Dodgers celebrating, Dodger Blue, like it's as relevant a year later, bro. Like that lets you know, classic.
well, I do want to commemorate this moment too. I think when we go back and look at some of the most classic hip hop albums that were unanimously agreed upon,
Right.
there is a locality to them. When you think about an Outkast album, there's an Atlanta. It's representing something.
There's a fire under that.
Yeah. Well, and it's also very driven by the essence of that experience.
Yeah.
And that the texture of that experience. We brought up Illmatic, driven by the texture and the feeling of New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blueprint. It's driven by that. You know what I mean?
The Chronic.
The Chronic is LA.
Doggy style.
Like GNX. So that's why I brought it back to that head, is because I do think that is a very, it's a very important piece when you talk about a classic hip hop album.
The texture.
Right? And the locality, tapping into the feeling of where it's grown from.
You can feel the texture of that city, of that region through that project.
That's right.
I've been advocating for that for quite some time too, because I had the conversation with E40 because my Ghetto Report card is going to turn 20 next year, I believe. And I was having this conversation, like, when you are unapologetically yourself and you capture the moment and the texture and the energy of your region in a moment, and it's a capsule, and you able to take a snapshot of what sonically this feels like, that's where you get to the shit. That's where the classic do lie.
Well, and I think we don't talk about how important that's always been in hip hop, right? Because that's how we've always seen each other. Our ability to see each other, and I mean see each other in the human way, has been the fact that hip hop has been able to capture and articulate and actually stamp in time what's going on in a specific locality, so that we can all share in it, both lyrically and musically, and through the visual arts of it all, whether that's the album cover or the music videos that come out in conjunction with it,
even in addition to stuff that's going on in that particular city.
That's right.
Being articulated through the music.
Yep.
Yeah, even the videos, like,
they
were so LA.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
The videos were bro, I'm not from LA. I lived in LA for 10 years. I love LA. Like, this is my home. But I don't take certain liberties with claiming LA. Bro, them videos be making me feel like I was born and raised in this motherfucker. I'll be like, hey, bro. So you're right, man. It's all those things wrapped into it.
Yeah, and I think we need to make sure we clearly in these moments, when we don't get these moments a lot. And by the way, that's why it's great, is because people can use the word legend and classic and all these things all they want, but time, as you pointed out, is the real
test.
Is the real test and the real measure of something actually transporting you every time you hear it to a time and you being like, yo, I can clearly remember this, that. This was fire, this song still playing, this moment, this accolade, this metric, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
I can lay out everything I saw, heard, and felt the day.
I remember what people were talking about.
I remember where I was. I remember what okay.
All of those things.
Yeah.
And I think that we got to make sure that, you know, when we have these moments to have a conversation like we're having, that we add in the real true ingredients that add up to something that was a classic. I think it was Head was about to jump in with something.
Now, I think also too, like when you look at these moments and you look at the biggest classic moments when it comes to, it's specific to rap or hip hop, they're often used as a moment to spread the wealth, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So with this album, with GNX specifically, there were at least three risks that were taken that most artists wouldn't have taken, right? I'm gonna double down and go hyper local on my sonic and my temperament, right? I'm gonna put unfamiliar artists all over my project. Then I'm gonna take the biggest moment that we have in American culture, which is the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna perform records off of the new project. I'm gonna do a couple of the ones that y'all like, but I'm gonna double down on this album because I know what this album is. Those are risks that most artists wouldn't have taken with that opportunity. But then if you go back and you look at, like I said, my Ghetto Report Card, there were artists on that album we had never heard of. If you go back and look at what, Doggy Style, like there were artists you didn't know who the Dog Pound was.
Doesn't Lady of Rage start Doggy Style? Like didn't first person to rap on Doggy Style Lady of Rage?
Bro, that's my point though.
Yeah,
These moments, and I think I just wanted to highlight that in addition to everything else. When you get these moments in time, like I'm pretty sure that everyone knows what this moment was for him, dropping an album on the heels of everything that went on last year. But when you use that moment to and then we did the pop out. Yeah, he didn't have to do that.
So here, I got a question for you then. As we celebrate the 1 year anniversary of GNX, and we know Kendrick got classics, maybe 3-4 classics at this point, where would you rank GNX on all the Kendrick albums?
For me, it ties number one. It ties number one for me with Section 80, but I have sentimental.
Over Good Kid, Mad City.
It ties number one with Section 80 for me specifically because I have sentimental value attached to Section 80.
Okay, fair.
Because like, actually, if I'm being honest, number two would probably be like the EP, which is you can't really get that nowhere. Yeah. But that's also sentiment. That's just me being emotional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we did in our on Homegrown Radio, we did the show where he changed his name from K-Dot to Kendrick Lamar and then dropped the EP, right? That night. So I have sentiment that's attached to different things.
And you're acknowledging that. So
it's completely biased. Yeah. From just judging the art, I'm gonna go number one is GNX. And then number two, I'm probably gonna go Section 80. And then after that, everything gets murky for me. It goes Good Kid, Damn, like To Pimp a Butterfly. Like Untitled is definitely last.
Yeah. What about Low? Go with you. Where would you rank? Well, hold on. You already said it's not a classic. I'm gonna come back to you in a second.
You turn the mic off. You turn the TV off.
Turn the TV off.
First off, you ain't gonna cut my shit off. I'm gonna answer the question, so I don't give a fuck if you're trying to make it. I'm still doing it. I'm gonna go with Section 80, Good Kid, Damn, GNX, and then after, that's what it is.
I'm not one of you blog era internet dudes. I ain't trying to be cool.
Yo, stop saying that. Please stop saying that
Underground, shit. Talking about Section 80. Y'all don't love Section. Y'all liars. Y'all don't love Section 80 more than y'all love Good Kid, Mad City. I
love Section 80. I don't give a shit. I love Section 80. Whatever. All right, cool.
You ain't even listen to it this week.
Yes, I did.
But anyway, I'm going to go Good Kid, Mad City, and GNX is probably 1, 2. And I'm gonna be real, like I went through Damn, which I love, and The Pimp a Butterfly. GNX and Good Kid, Mad City, depending on the day, could alternate number one for me. Just in how how often I engage with
both of those projects.
On those projects.
That makes sense.
And then I'll probably put in there Damn and To Pimp a Butterfly at 3.
Are they okay? Let me ask you a question.
Hold on,
Eddie, bro.
I got to get my ring in, bro, because this is.
You trying to cut too many niggas off today, Eddie. Hold on. Let people get through this shit.
Coming at the end and tell us why.
I didn't even do mine. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh,
Anyway.
Nick's not supposed to come in yet. Oh, shit.
I mean,
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
I'm going to go Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, To Pimp a Butterfly, Mr. Morale. Nobody even said Mr. Morale. I got Mr. Morale 4, GNX, Section 80, and then Untitled Unmastered.
GNX number 5.
Number 5.
Now y'all yell at this nigga. Yell at him. Yell at
It's been
him.
a tough couple weeks.
still think
for
it's a
us.
classic,
Yell at Nick like y'all. Don't let it be me, the only one getting screamed on. Yell at Nick.
I still think it's a classic, though.
That's nasty. Right
Yeah,
there.
you
That
damn
was
right.
crazy.
Yes, I'm hating. Yell at Nick.
crazy.
Yell at
That's
Nick. I ain't the
crazy,
only one
bro.
getting
I ain't
screamed
gonna
on today.
lie, bro.
I ain't never
Hey,
seen
Lo,
nothing like
what
that.
you just did, bro, that was like you getting arrested. You like, hey, come on off the roof. They got us. They got us. Hey, come on out of the vending machine, bro. They got us. That's crazy.
He trusts this.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Well, Shaq do it too.
Yo, that's the shit. That's the shit.
No.
Rest in peace, son.
Oh shit! My fault, Nick. I just had I couldn't go down. I couldn't go down
No,
singing
but
by
I still think it's
myself.
a classic, though. That's the difference, though.
Shit. And that was a good pull. That was a good pull.
That was a great pull.
Man.
My fault.
Now, look, everybody got their opinions. But Head, I really appreciate you coming by, man. Coming to hang out with us and tolerating our shit. But we, before we wrap today on Rap Life Review, major announcement just came out too. Salute to Tyler, the Creator, landed Artist of the Year on Apple Music. Big up.
Shout out to Tyler.
Very, very, very
Shout out to
deserving.
Tyler. Shout out to Tyler.
Not too many artists are able to do what Tyler does.
Not at all.
You had 2 projects dropping in a very, tight window, which is, dropping Chromacopia and then Don't Tap the Glass. And both projects being very different, writing them all, producing them all,
Mixing them all,
doing
mastering
everything that
everything,
he
yeah,
does, plus touring with it, all at the same time. And that's before you get into the clothing and all the other endeavors.
And the
that he's been-
features.
all the things, man. So, salute to Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
Artist of the Year on Apple Music, and I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of shit going on with that. It's going to be great, great, great to celebrate Tyler this year. And on that note, Nick, what did we miss this week?
All right, we're actually going to start it off a little bit different today. We're going to introduce a new segment called Stand On It or Walk It Back.
Okay.
All right.
And this is basically letting a person whose takes back in the past, we're going to bring it back up and we're going to see, do they still stand on that take or are they walking it back?
Oh, Lord.
You gonna read off tweets or you gonna read some?
There's a clip that we're going to play that I'm going to toss to.
We got audio.
So earlier this year, Eddie said that Tyler, the Creator, is Prince, basically, is this generation's Prince.
He said,
And there's a clip that we could throw to right now to hear him say that.
Tyler is our hip hop Prince. And the reason why I say that,
Hip
right?
hop Prince.
So check this out.
Like
So,
the artist Prince.
here's
Yeah.
why. So back in the day, for the the younger folks, there'd always be this Michael Jackson Prince argument. And for the people that love Prince, they'd be like, well, Prince plays every instrument, he's a musical genius, he
Writes all
arranges
songs,
that was always a conversation. Whereas the other people would be like, well, look at the numbers, Mike's the king of pop, Thriller, blah, blah, blah. Well, Tyler produces, he arranges, he plays the piano, he MCs. Like he's our version of the hip hop Prince. So if you look at it,
Fashion,
if you look
business.
at like a Drake, we'll just use him for example, and you look at the numbers, and Drake sings and he raps. He doesn't produce, he doesn't arrange. Kendrick, he MCs his ass off. He don't produce. J. Cole produces. J. Cole raps. He doesn't arrange to the same level. He doesn't play instruments. So now the conversation can be had is, well, and visually the things he does. Kendrick has great visuals. The argument can be made, maybe Tyler's are better. Maybe Tyler's a better world builder than Kendrick Lamar. Tyler is our current hip hop Prince.
All right.
He just said it. Did he just say what I just said in the clip? He
Yeah,
produces.
I don't
he
see that. I don't
raps.
see that as a terrible take.
Who else does it? Like,
Other than Prince fans, that's gonna tell you to shut the fuck up. But
Nah, 'cause I
see
posted on TikTok.
But
a
I
lot of
see
people
what
agreeing
you're
with me.
saying, though. I see what you're saying.
in hip hop, there's very few people that do all the things that Tyler does, and Prince did that in pop music, R&B,
Yes,
funk,
yes, I see
whatever
what you're saying.
genre you want to put Prince in. So our version of Prince, I'm not saying that he is Prince, is Tyler, because who else produces, raps, plays the instruments on all this stuff, mixes, arranges. It's him and a very small handful of others, yes. But who does
not
it
at
currently
his success level.
at his level?
Yeah.
So
Or,
I stand on
the
it.
volume of output.
Tyler's our hip hop prince.
Standing on it.
Standing on it.
I ain't got no problem
I'm
with
mad
it.
at that.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh,
guy.
your hometown too, right?
Yeah, Tyler from here.
Hawthorne specifically, right?
Tyler from Hawthorne in real life.
Yeah.
And don't get it fucked up because he will let you know.
Tyler, he a
People,
hothead.
people be trying Tyler because they think he not like. That's what I be talking about. Like, leave people alone.
I don't know why y'all want to play with Tyler, man. The way he be dancing around on stage and doing backflips and all that type of shit, and he like 6 feet tall. He looked like he could throw his hands a little bit or something. He looked like he could harm you.
I went to the Chromacopia tour, bro, and I saw him perform an hour and a half straight. He did shit that he wasn't supposed to do, added songs to the set list in full costume with a wig on, like dancing.
Weird. Who's that sound like? A hip hop version of?
Oh my, you're not finna use me. Stand on your shit on your own.
I stood on it. I stood on it.
But it ain't that you disagree with Eddie like that, Head, though.
No, I don't disagree. I just don't have. I don't have a counter argument to what he's saying. I understand what he's saying, and it makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's not a bad parallel, but I think even Tyler, you know, if you were to ask him, he wouldn't put himself in that category just because vocally, obviously, Prince is doing things that Tyler ain't doing.
Right.
And even stylistically, you know, there's some differences, but it's not a bad parallel. What else you got, Nick?
Going back to the GNX conversation, I think a couple things we want to mention. We talked about the Wale the Sensei and Roddy Ricch album Beam. They just linked up on Dodger Blue a year ago on GNX, so it's kind of cool to reintroduce that story back into the zeitgeist as we have it here. So I think that's really dope. Produced by Loda Great and Diego Ab, by the way. So big shout out to Loda Great. Was it?
No, I was gonna salute to Loda Great, man.
Yeah.
He's one of them young giants out here.
Yes.
Loda Great is really one of them ones. Him, Larry J, like it's a few of them out here. But on some political things, it's dope to see those individuals link up just because they from different sections in Compton.
Compton. Another part about that, going back to the GNX conversation, I'm not exactly sure when Wale the Sensei signed to Cactus Jack, but there do seem to be things that happened after GNX of rappers getting looks that they hadn't got before, right? Like we know AZ Chike signed a deal not long after GNX, right? So I think it was a way. Mustard got a legitimate Heinz mustard commercial after that happened. And I think that just goes back to the impact of this album and what that moment stood for. So I wanted to shout out those moments that kind of happened in that way too. We talked about Luther for a second, 3 times platinum, 13 consecutive weeks at #1 on the Billboard chart.
Sound like a classic to me.
Sound like a fucking classic. Sound like a classic.
Stand on it and walk it back.
Yo, question. Y'all think Billboard changed that rule to help Taylor Swift?
I don't think Taylor. I don't think she needs help.
Yeah.
So I don't see why they would need to help Taylor Swift.
I think I have a theory on why they changed it.
Talk to us. Nick be knowing.
Me and Ebro, we've kind of had some of these conversations off air. If a label stops investing in a record because they have a new place to put their money, wouldn't it behoove them to not be competing with themselves in certain places in certain ways?
Oh, you talking that talk? That's that type of
that
shit I
happens
like.
for sure.
So now,
No, that happens for sure.
so now it's official. If one of these labels says, "All right, man, we just got this has been rocking for 4 months.
Now.
Why is it still number 12?
Focus.
Let's get this out of here.
Yeah.
We got a new record we want to push."
I think also what you're saying is a lot of this chart position shit is narrative and marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's always been like that.
A lot of it is like they use it as a marketing tool.
Oh, this record is big.
It's big. It's a storyline.
There's something to promote.
Like,
let's attach it to
It's doing this. It's doing that. And if the label and whoever's investing in these songs, as Nick's pointing out, it isn't their priority to continue
to dump resources
single,
and to dump resources into said
let's
single.
go ahead and create a new narrative around a new asset, a new investment.
Yeah.
That for sure happens. I've seen that happen. Like, if me and you are both signed to a label and your song is peaked or it's starting to roll back and I'm the incoming, then they'll go ahead and swap you out.
Right.
And let's be clear, there's only 3 record labels, so they're all like, hey, let's move this around.
They're okay with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nick, what else you got?
Eddie said that Lady of Rage starts doggy style. It goes from the bathtub intro to the G-Funk intro. which is George Clinton, and then
Then Lady Ray starts rapping.
She starts rapping, sure. So the first thing we hear is.
But I said she's the first rapper.
Fuck out of here! You didn't have to do
I said
that.
That was a nitpick. That was a nitpick. That was a nitpick.
I got that right. You see?
That was a nitpick. That's it. Yeah, you nitpicking. You nitpicking right now.
You nitpicking.
You ain't need to do that.
You didn't have to do
You
that.
ain't have to do that.
It's crazy. That's the segment.
That's it. Nick, what's it called?
Nick picking.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Nick
we got a new one, bro.
Not technically the first
First person that started with, like, you know what he meant. You know what he
What the fuck he
meant.
was trying to say?
Be your own people. Be your own people.
And just another thing to going back to regionality, something that's come up several times in our conversation today. Tyler, the Creator, goes super local on Don't Tap the Glass, right?
Facts.
He mentions DJ Quick and being inspired by the West Coast shit on Don't Tap the Glass. So just wanted to wrap it up with there. Shout out to Tyler, the Creator, Artist of the Year.
Why you think people didn't fuck with Don't Tap That Glass? I'm interested to hear your opinion.
What do you think people? What do you mean? You don't think people fuck
Which
with it?
people?
I fucked. That shit was hard.
To me, I liked it. It's fun. Right?
Yeah.
But it didn't get the same critical ado that Chromacopia got.
But I think that's how he came out with it. And I think that's what like the narrative from him saying that project wouldn't be toured. It wasn't really meant to be taken serious. It was fun. It was just me in the studio, just going ham, having a good time, and that was it. So once we heard that narrative from him, we were like, all right, we're gonna come in with the same ears and not expect this grandioso of what Chromacopia was. I think that's why we didn't really look at it the same way we looked at the other.
Who is this?
No, the people that he's referring to.
He did drop 2 albums in a year.
Right.
And he was touring 1 album right during that time. So yet again, it's the label thing. It's like, which one are we pushing here? And then I said this last week, there might have been, I don't want to say Tyler fatigue, but it's like, all right, man, we already got a project from you. Now we like this one too. This one is the one that's been promoted. This is the one that's been toured. This one has like a visual aesthetic.
How are you measuring this this question? Like, what are you looking at? How are you looking
I'm just going off a narrative that I'm just going off of it's vibe and temperament, right? Because I'm actively playing music. Like all the time, I'm outside, I'm DJing, whatever the case may be. And I just go off, I really don't look at critics more so. I just kind of go off of the vibe or the temperament of people, individuals that I might just ask a question at a venue, or I might just talk to somebody randomly. And the sentiment around, because I was asking people like, do you fuck with Don't Tap That Glass? Me as an active DJ, I love Don't Tap.
It's more high beat.
Because I can play more of the records.
Would the Sticky go for you?
Sticky, I play Sticky. I'm still playing Sticky.
Do you play records from that album?
I played Don't Tap. I played like 2 records off Don't Tap That Glass.
But not frequently.
I would say I play that more. I play Stick just one.
But it's also what you're saying though. You're saying people just it hasn't been sticking. Isn't that kind of what you're saying?
I'm just saying to me, it didn't get the same adulation. Yeah. And to Lowe's point, it might be because Tyler came to Ebro and set that expectation. Like, hey, bro, I'm having fun. I'm not letting this music sit on my hard drive. Fuck all of I just want to put this shit out and y'all can fuck with it or not.
I don't think
that's where it starts from.
I don't think people care about that part. It's like if the music's gonna do what it does.
Right.
And according to you, you feel like it didn't. I don't care what you say in the interview. Like if it goes, it goes.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I can only think about what I saw and did. So,
yeah,
for Tyler, for me, Tyler's always celebrated more by music culture than he is, quote unquote, like, I guess mainstream chart success. Yeah, he gets the #1 album, but it's not like he's got these humongous
singles,
crossover singles. Even when you look back, he's got a few here and there, but it's always about the whole package, the whole album,
the texture,
the world building that he brings you into. Like it's always about that. So I never really grade Tyler on, I don't know,
mainstream
like pop mainstream
presentation or whatever the case is.
My interpretation was for hardcore Tyler fans, this album sonically was very different, Don't Tap the Glass. And then for people who are maybe, they fuck with Tyler, but they not like going in on every album like that. I don't know if this maybe even came across their radar. So you would have to just love Tyler as an artist and the way he expresses and creates to really get into this, and even have music sensibilities, like you're saying, Head, as a DJ, where you understand what he's doing on this project, right? Because there's nothing else that sounds like this.
At all.
that's another thing that I think often slows down people loving things, which I think people will still get to Don't Tap the Glass later, right? And also experience Tyler later because Chromacopia is up for Grammys, and I'm sure he's gonna continue to put some of these Don't Tap the Glass records in front of people.
It's not sonically familiar right now.
Because they don't really know
you don't know where to put it.
They don't know where to put it.
Yeah.
Like, how do I, and I do believe many people's ears get conditioned to certain sounds. As we was talking earlier in this episode about challenging the status quo and artists in hip hop really pushing. This is one of those things where an artist was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going this way.
Fuck what y'all like. Fuck what y'all talking about.
I'm going to show hip hop sensibilities in a different way.
Right.
And I think that's part of the reason the team at Apple chose him even as an Artist of the Year. Is because hip hop is very important to us, and you have somebody who's constantly challenging the status quo and being unafraid to shock the system.
And to accept the criticism of what the status quo is.
And that's 1,000% what I feel like we should be celebrating in hip hop.
And that's why he's the Artist of the Year.
It's artists that are willing to shock the system a little bit, but land it. Because some artists think they're shocking the system just being different.
And just missing the point.
Right? But musically, they're not landing the music. Tyler still lands the musicality of it all and the presentation of it all.
Right.
Like, it's not enough to just flip the table over and say, destroy the buffet. It's what you gonna put on the table after you done destroyed the buffet, where people be like, oh shit, I see why you kicked that bullshit over. This shit is fly.
What are you gonna replace it with?
You know what I'm saying? And so, I think it's tough to grade Tyler by norms if you're gonna celebrate Don't Tap the Glass. Yo, man, this was a great discussion. Hey, you should come back, man. If we haven't scared you off, man, you should come back sometime.
I'll pull up whenever y'all want me to.
Oh, you know when you can pull up?
Uh-oh.
Rap Life Review Live, December 9th, live from our Culver City studio, special guest performance, and a lot of great talk about this year in hip-hop.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All the great stuff we've seen. Maybe DJ Head to come back and do some journalistic, because he's smarter than us.
I mean, he might
use an adulation.
He might spin for us too.
Yeah, he might. You trying to get him to work for free?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, that's the family right there.
Nah, bro, you spending money you ain't got, son. That's coming out of your first class flight budget. You know what I mean? But December 9th, right here. I think you can watch it on the YouTubes. It'll be on Apple Music, but we'll give you all the details on everybody's social media. And that means, DJ Head, if you come back for Rap Life Review Live, you got to post about it.
I'm pulling up. I'm posting.
So now you just giving him jobs.
You got another person to post about it.
Okay.
Yo, for Eddie and Head and Nick and Low, I'm Ebro's Rap Life Review. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
What's up? You just finished an episode of the Rap Life Review. It's 2025, so new year means new episodes coming your way. If you want to get in the conversation, you can always drop us a comment below. And of course, you can like and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. Catch us next week on a brand new episode of the Rap Life Review right here on Apple Music.